Joining us now is Rabbi Yossi Harlig from the Chabad Center of Kendall and Pinecrest here in Miami. Rabbi, thank you very much for being with us. It's such a difficult day, and I appreciate you coming in on this day. As you reflect on this last year, what do you think that the biggest impact has been?
The biggest impact is a year ago, October 7th, was the greatest attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust. We never believed that there would be another Holocaust moment. Over 1,200 people, men, women, and children, grandmothers, and babies were murdered. And then on October 8th, even before Israel had a chance to respond, the world came out, many people in the world came out demonstrating against Israel and using vile anti-Semitism. So for us, it was a big shock. Not that Hamas did what they wanted to do, but they were able to pull it off. But the shock was to see the anti-Semitism in the world. But also we saw the great strength of the IDF, the great strength and the heroism of the Israeli soldiers putting their life on the line, and everyone running in back to not only to save the Jewish people in Israel, but recognizing that we're really saving the Western world, because what Hamas and Hezbollah and Iran want to do is to wipe out everyone. And to see the resolve and the strength of the Jewish people and the great miracles that we saw recently by God protecting the Jewish people. So we had the contrast. On one hand, the sadness of it, but also we saw the tremendous strength and unity.
This year has seen so much war since the massacre. It's caused so many casualties. Men, women, and children have died. Gaza has been leveled in many ways. What do you say to people who question Israel's response to this horrible day a year ago?
I've spoken to many soldiers that are actually fighting the war. And one of the things they said, we want people to realize that what we're fighting here is wiping out and getting rid of people that their whole goal and mission in life, and they stated, it's not that I'm saying it, they stated our goal and mission in life is to wipe out the Jewish people in Israel and actually cause havoc and pain and destruction to the Western world. So the Jewish people on the front line right now, making sure that this doesn't happen October 7th again.
Why have so many men, women, and children have to die?
This is a question that we ask every single day. If Hamas is bent out of their goal is to wipe out the Jewish people and cause much death to their own people, so they could make their case stronger to the world that we are the terrible people. That's why we're put in a very unfortunate place. Of course, everyone dying is a very painful thing, and that's the last thing we want to do. I had a guy last night who spoke, Menachem Kalmanson, on October 7th, when Hamas went in to hunt down every Jew and kill them. He went into the kibbutz to save any person he can, and he's lost his brother because of that. So we're put in a situation that Hamas set this up in a way that they want the maximum death of their own people, thinking this will help their cause to get rid of Israel.
How do you see this, or do you see this ever ending, Rabbi? This has been something, the conflict has been something that we've seen for so long, even before 1947, 48. But how do you see this ending, or do you see this ending?
I speak to a lot of the soldiers that lost family members, and one of the things they say is the only way this could end is the threat is gone. And as long as Iran and Hezbollah and Hamas is there, and they have their mission, and they'll go do anything they can to fulfill their mission, we're going to continuously be in this situation. Israel has a duty, a responsibility to the world, and not only Israel, America and the rest of the world, to eradicate this terrorism and stand together with the people that want to fight this, and only then will we start seeing peace again in the world. And, the great people said, if they put down their guns, then the wars will be over. And that's unfortunately something that we have to continue battling.
Rabbi Yossi Harlig, thank you very much for being with us. I very much appreciate your time.